Hello, my name is Alison Higgins and I'm the Resiliency Manager for the city. The Green Building Program is a new process that will turbocharge private resiliency efforts while also providing funding for public adaptation projects while reducing the use of property taxes. Key West's BPAS program already mandates green building certification, but only for new residential units. Our new and comprehensive green building program, which is modeled on other Florida successes, will increase incentives to get certification and provide a choice for property owners. There are multiple green building certifications in existence. They involve proven technologies and methods that are above the Florida Building Code. They address water and energy, but also waste, landscaping, indoor air quality, saving on monthly bills, as well as maintenance. Studies have shown that green certified properties value higher, sell faster, rent higher, and even raise cognition skills by 26%. While the original BPAS allows multiple certifications, we have chosen only Florida Green Building Certification because it's most suited for our weather, costs less to achieve, and is the only one that includes resiliency. By following the disaster mitigation actions, you could save up to 56% on your annual wind insurance. So who else has green building programs? Our Florida counterparts started passing green building ordinances in 2007. Most are incentive-based and are highlighted in the first three columns of this slide. Variances for land development regulations like density, open space, parking, expedited permitting, financial incentives are granted to those that achieve certification. The rightmost column names the Florida entities that have mandated green building, and I will highlight their programs next. The first examples have been around for 16 years. The city of Miami mandates silver certification, but only for buildings more than 50,000 square feet. In order to achieve this, they add an assessment of 2 to 4% based on those building permit valuations based upon the building's size. Funds are held for 1 year and 100% reimbursed with silver certification or higher. There's no reimbursement for bronze. Unclaimed reimbursements are forfeited to the Public Benefits Trust Fund to supplement affordable housing, open space, and green building. Jupiter mandated silver certification for all planned communities. They declared certification as a public benefit and assessed 5% on the building permit fee. Funds are held for 1 year after certificate of occupancy and 100% reimbursed with proof of silver or higher. There's no reimbursement for bronze. Unclaimed reimbursements are forfeited to implement green design standards on publicly owned properties. This is where it gets interesting. 14 years ago, Boynton Beach did a few things differently. Primarily, it doesn't require green certification, but still use the public benefit intent. They passed ordinances that assess all building permits, regardless of size, and charge a 1,000%, that's 0.05%. Those fees go directly to their Green Building Sustainable Community Fund. There are no certification refunds, but properties can get specific energy, water, and recycling rebates. Funding can be used for alternative transportation, green infrastructure, education, and staff. 8 years ago, Miami Beach followed Jupiter's lead of charging 5%, also only for specific scenarios. New construction greater than 7,000 square feet or ground floor additions greater than 10,000 square feet. Fees are reimbursed based on tier level achieved, meaning platinum or gold, 100% reimbursement, silver, 66%, and bronze, 50%. Funds are held for 2 years, after which the city may use it for environmental restoration, green infrastructure, stormwater, and sustainability planning. Our proposed plan is in a sweet spot nestled between these programs. When we analyzed 3 years of local permits, we found that 78% of permits pulled were for projects valued for $25,000 or less. These are projects where something broke and is getting fixed. These are not kitchen renovations, expansions, new pools. These are necessities. We propose that these projects are only charged a 0.5%, which runs an average of $40 to a max of $125. All other projects would be assessed a 2% fee, much less than the other three examples we just talked about. While this table breakdown seems arbitrary, it does show large jumps between the number of permits and the valuation of the work. For example, 13% of all permits, 438, fall between $25,000 to $50,000, as opposed to 1% of permits, 18, that fall between $1 million and $6.5 million. The table does reveal a pattern, revealing how much money flows through the renovation economy in the city. The Keys have the highest percentage of homes purchased with cash, 69%. The Florida average is just under 50. The national average is 38. While a project valued at $1 million would pay $20,000 in green building fees, that number is still only 2% of what they have voluntarily elected to spend on their renovation. And don't forget, they can get it all back. When we examined properties that would pay more than $20,000 towards their green building fee, there were few private residences spending up to $1.5 million on their renovations. But most were large commercial properties like La Concha, Casa Marina, or Beachside that already prescribed to energy and water efficiencies for the money it saves them daily. Then there were three large workforce housing projects, Garden View, the Lofts, and the School Board, which would be exempt from the fees. As written, the fee would be waived for projects that are 100% affordable, workforce, or homesteaded. Property owners have 6 months after project closeout to submit proof of certification, but can have a staff-approved 6-month extension. Property owners can get 100% of their funds back if they achieve gold or platinum certification, or half back if they achieve the lowest tier. Why 2% when everyone else did 5%? 2% is based on the average cost to build the certification. As you can see in this table, 2% falls just between a silver, which would get you 75% of your money back, or gold, which gets you 100%. Also for equity, we added a one-time, anytime green building rebate for any level of FGBC certification. This adds an option for homes who have been upgrading their windows, insulation, and lighting for over years of effort. Once they reach a qualifying level, they can get a rebate that recognizes the efforts they've made over time. The post-certification section ensures no fees are collected once we have your current gold certification on file. The post-hurricane section puts a pause on fee collection for 6 months following a FEMA declaration of individual assistance from Monroe County. The educational period ensures that the city doesn't collect fees until we have educated our homeowners, businesses, and contractors. And lastly, an annual report will cover total collections, reimbursements, certifications, and proposed spending. What about the value to the property owner? We know the value a certification brings to a property. We know the disaster mitigation section can save 56% off wind insurance. But if you notice the rightmost column of this table, there are also utility savings the higher up the tier you go. There is a return on investment for every level. As proposed, the unclaimed reimbursements could be used by the city for a number of resiliency and efficiency actions, from wind hardening to flood proofing to protecting our shorelines. So what could we use it on now? These projects from our capital improvement plan would all be eligible. We can also cut the annual utility bills of city buildings. The city pays just over $3 million annually on its energy and water bills. The city owns approximately 100 buildings. 82% of them were built before the Hurricane Andrew related building code. Only 18 buildings were built after 2002. So we have a considerable amount of energy and water savings possible, and a number of below code buildings that need to be stronger. So how much revenue can the city raise? Our primary driver is resilient and efficient private sector, but if folks choose to not get certified, they forfeit their fee. Our Florida counterparts report that 50% of properties do not seek reimbursement. Applied to the city of Key West building permits, that would yield the city around $1 million annually towards these big projects ahead. And importantly, these funds are not property taxes, but new funds paid for by the renovation industry. The QR code leads directly to the ordinance language passed by the planning board that goes to the city commission on January 6th. I'd love to hear any questions you may have. Thank you very much